Hi, I'm Daniel from Ratings.com.
And I'm Sam.
So today we're here to talk to you about the Black Friday deals that are on at the moment it's the Monday of Black Friday week. So there's loads and loads of deals at the moment for TVs, headphones, monitors. During this Q&A, we'll be going through them. We'll be taking your questions from the chat about any deals that are on at the moment. And we'll let you know if it's a good deal or not and what you should buy.
So we're going to start by a quick overview of the deals that we have now, and then we're going to go to questions.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll start by going over some of the deals that are currently listed on our website. Would you like to start?
Headphones? Sure.
Cool.
All right. So a few of the good ones. So there is the AKG K702. It's dropped by $170. It's at $175 now. So that's a big drop in price. But it's an open back headphones, it's critical listening, doesn't have a microphone, so it has a limited usage. So if you're looking for an open back critical listening headphone, this is a good deal, but you can also get the Bear Dynamic DT990 for about the same price. So if I were going to recommend one, I would recommend the Bear Dynamic. So if you want the AKG, go for it. Otherwise, you can get the Bear Dynamic for the same price almost. There is the Bose QC35-2, which is one of the best wireless noise cancelling headphones that you can get right now. It's basically between that and the Sony QC35, Sony 1000XM3. This has dropped by $50. It's around $300 now, but I think the price may have gone up again. Double check it. If you can find a good deal for it, go for it.
Cool.
Then the other ones, there is the Beoplay E8. It's at $230, dropped by $65. It's a bit expensive, but it's a good headphone if you're looking for a truly wireless in-ear. Then there is the SoundLink Around Ear 2, Bose. It's the non-noise cancelling version of the QC35-2. It's dropped by $30 at $200. That's a decent deal also. And if you're looking for a gaming headset, the good deal right now is the Logitech G933. It's at $100, dropped by $35. It has a lot of features. It's a good headphone if you want to go for it. There's also the Logitech G430. It's $30, dropped by $10, so not a great deal, but also a really good gaming headset.
Cool. And let us know in the comments below if you find any other deals for us to talk about, and we can let you know if it's a good deal or what we would recommend. So we'll now go into the TV deals. So just for a quick summary. Let us know in the chat below if you see any other products on special or you're deciding between a few of them. So the Sony X900F, that has dropped in price. So it's a great TV, especially if you're in a dark room. It's dropped down now to $1,100 for the 55-inch model. It's a little bit more expensive than the X900E. Last year's model was at this point last year. So it may not be quite as good a deal, but it's still a great TV. The Samsung NU8000, this is cheaper than the Samsung, the most similar Samsung was last year. And especially if you're looking for big sizes, they've really come down in price. So there's 75-inch model for $1,600. And it also has some neat gaming features. So if you're after a TV for gaming, then it's a great choice. The Q6FN, it is slightly better than the NU8000. It has a slightly wider color gamut, but overall it's almost the same TV. So most people are better off saving the money. At the moment, there's between $100 to $300 or $400 difference between them. So for most people, these marginal improvements aren't really worth it. And if you buy the NU8000, you get most of the performance. Other TVs on special, the OLEDs, they've seen a couple of deals during the Black Friday period. If you're after an OLED TV, it's a great time to buy one. They differ from LCD TVs, but they're a great choice for someone that's in a dark room or who watches at an angle. Also, there's a few more TVs on special here, but they maybe aren't as popular, aren't as good deals. The Vizio P Quantum, this is often available for $1,500 for the 65-inch model. It's an excellent price for a really great TV, but it's really hard to find. Best Buy, it's unavailable. At Costco, it's unavailable. If you can find it, it's a great choice, but it's really difficult to find. And the Vizio P series. So the 55-inch model is now $650, which is the same price as the TCL 6 series. So that's a really good price for a great TV. Yeah, especially if you watch in the dark from in front. It has full array local dimming, and yeah, it's a great TV.
You want to do monitors as well?
Yeah, there's not so many monitor deals at the moment. This Dell, so if you're after a large 1080p model, then it's cheap. The Predator X27 has dropped by $200, but it's still a $1,800 monitor. So there's probably not too many people considering that. Another one that's been quite popular recently, it's not listed on here just yet, but the LG 27 UK 650. I'll bring up the review. Yeah, so I believe this is about $470 at the moment, and it's a 4K monitor, very good, 27 inches, and it supports HDR, which is still relatively uncommon for monitors at the moment. So yeah, let's see over here. So,
there are a lot of questions that we can go through here.
Yeah, we'll start going through some of your questions in the chat. Remember, let us know if you've got any more questions about what you should buy or if something's a good deal. So let's see. So Palav Joshi asks the Vizio M65 at $770 or the Vizio E65 at $600, both at Costco. So the Vizio M65 or the Vizio E65. So the M65 is a better TV, especially if you watch HDR. If you don't watch HDR though, and you're in a dark room, well, the Vizio M series is better in a dark room because it has better local dimming. The Vizio E series still has local dimming, but it's not as good. If you can afford it, the M series is a better choice, but if you can't afford it, the Vizio E series is still a good pick. So
do you want to go in order, or you want to start from the top? How do you want to do?
Do you have any questions that?
Well, there are a lot of questions, but so do you want me to start from the top?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
So Zenokai asks, should I get the X900F for $1,099 or the Q6FN for 1055 inch?
So the X900F for 1100 or the
Q6FN 1055 inch.
So it really depends how you plan on using it. Picture quality wise, the X900F is better, especially if you're in a dark room, because it has the full array local dimming to improve the dark scene performance. But if you're planning on gaming, then the Q6FN might be a better choice. It has some neat gaming features, so it has FreeSync variable refresh rates and also has low input lag with interpolation. So overall, if you just want it for picture quality or watching movies, the 900F is better, but for gaming, the Q6FN is a better choice.
There's a follow-up regarding settings on consoles with a TV like the X900F. What settings should be enabled? Color depth, 8, 10, 12-bit, color space, YCC 422.
Maybe let's leave that to the end because it's not really related to the Black Friday deals.
So I just go with the deal questions. I saw that Best Buy has the P-Series Vizio SK8000 and the Hisense H9 Plus for $899 for 65 inch. Which one do you recommend?
Yeah, so between those two, the Vizio P-Series and the SK8000 are a better choice, but it depends on how you use it. The Vizio P-Series has much better picture quality if you watch from in front. It has full array local dimming. It's a great price for it. And it also has very low input lag for gamers. If you're in a bright room and watch at an angle, then the LG might be a good choice, but it has an IPS panel with a low native contrast ratio, so the blacks do appear gray in the dark.
So Hexter23, I'm looking for a good mid-range TV. Price range, ideally like $500, but I think I'm going to have to go up to around $700 for what I want. I'm looking at the LG 55-inch SK8000 for $599 before tax and warranty.
Yeah, so for this, it really depends how you plan to use the TV. So this is a bit similar to the previous question, that between the LG has an IPS panel, so the blacks are gray when viewed in the dark, but it remains accurate at an angle. So it might be a good choice if you've got a room with wide seating, you might watch at an angle. But if you watch in the dark, then the Vizio is a better choice from directly in front. It has full array local dimming and much deeper dark scenes.
So Sam is asking, another Sam, Samsung Q6 worth the money with all these other Black Friday deals?
It really depends. So overall, between the NU8000 and the Q6, they're very similar TVs. The Q6 is slightly better. I think it gets, what is it? Maybe we can compare them side by side. So we're using the comparison tool on the website. So between them, the performance is very similar. The Q6FN is slightly better. I think it might have a slightly wider color gamut, but really the differences are marginal. So overall, most people are better off saving the money and buying the NU8000 instead for almost the same performance at a lower price.
Okay. Andre is asking, should we expect a price drop for the Sony 1000 XM3 during Black Friday, Cyber Monday? I don't know. I heard from Cedric that the 1000 XM2 is actually, there's a deal for it on Best Buy, but I don't know about the XM3. It's a new headphone, so I doubt it, but look for it, but I don't have any information on it. OG Rap, what budget should I have for a TV for my PS4 Pro? I haven't bought the console yet.
Yeah, so it really depends first on your room conditions. That might determine how far away you might sit and what size you're looking at. And size is really one of the biggest factors as far as your budget goes. And also about the picture quality. So generally the more specific your needs are, the more it will cost to satisfy them. So as an example, if you've got a dark room and you care about those deep blacks, then you might want a TV with full array local dimming and a high native contrast ratio. Or if you plan to play a lot of HDR, then you might want a TV that has a very high peak brightness and a wide color gamut. Overall though, the NU8000 is a great choice depending on what size you like and what your budget is. And also the Vizio P series is another great TV. At the moment it's I think $650 for the 55-inch model, which is very good.
Diego Cobain, I think you answered this question. NU8000 or Q6FN for 4K consoles?
Yeah, so again, between the two of these, Q6FN.
Well, actually, I think it's not a question. He's just saying that they're good for 4K consoles. But do you have an opinion?
Yeah.
On
So the kind of nice thing about the two of those is they support a few cool gaming features. So if you've got a new Xbox, then they support variable refresh rates, which is really cool. It prevents screen tearing. And also they have low input lag with interpolation. So if you like the smoothest gameplay, the smoothest image, then it's another really cool feature that they both have that other non-Samsung TVs don't have at the moment. Between the two of them though, the NU8000 is usually the one we recommend more, simply because it offers 95% of the performance of the Q6FN at a lower price.
So H2O House is asking X900F 65-inch at $1,600 on Best Buy or X900F 75-inch at $2,800. Which one is a better deal?
So it really depends. So bigger TVs do cost more. It depends more on your seating arrangement and how far you're likely to be. Most people are better off going with the bigger TV though. That even if you upgrade from a smaller TV and get a bigger TV, after a few weeks or a few months, it all starts to look a little bit smaller.
It's
and
kind of like a
take
phone.
The size for granted. Yeah.
My phone is starting to look small for me for some reason. So Jim W is asking best 65-inch TV to stream Netflix under $1,000.
So 65-inch under $1,000. How much is the Vizio P series? That's I think that's close to it. The NU8000 is about $1,000 at the moment. It looks like the Vizio P series is $900. Between the two of those, if you watch movies in the dark, then the Vizio P series is a better choice because it has full array local dimming to improve the dark scene performance. and I believe it's currently $900 for the 65-inch model, which is it's a great price.
So there is a comment by Abdullah Mohammedin. He's saying that he likes the comfort of the XM3 and isolation of the XM3, I guess, more than the QC35 too, but the price of the QC35 is around 320 and the XM3 at 400 euros. If you like the comfort and isolation of the XM3, I guess go with that, but the QC35 is on a deal now, so it's a bit cheaper. Most people prefer the comfort of the QC35 over the Sony. The noise cancelling of the Sony is a little bit better, but it's not a deal breaker. Both of them are excellent. Some people have some comfort issues with the QC35 though, and they prefer the XM3. So if you have tried the XM3 and prefer that, then go with that. If not, then QC35 is actually a really good headphone too.
Remember to let us know in the chat if you find any more deals that we haven't seen yet. We'll be continuously updating these deals pages for TVs, headphones, and monitors throughout the Black Friday week and onto Cyber Monday. So let us know if you find anything that's missing, because we'll always be looking out for the latest deals.
So Brent Ackerman is saying the Vizio P65 F1, the Vizio PQ65 F1, and the TCL 65 R617 are unavailable or sold out in Canada. What TV would be a comparable TV to pick up? The LG SK9000 is cheaper than the Sony X900F, but is it much worse?
Okay, so where do I start? Yeah, so between regions, usually it's the budget models that change the most. And within Canada, TCL has released some of their like I think the 6 series and the 4 series recently, but they've only got fairly limited availability. It's hard for us to know because we haven't tested some of the budget Canadian models, but we don't know if there's a direct equivalent at those competitive prices. But if you're willing to spend more money, then well, the X900F is a great TV. It's got full array local dimming. It's actually, I think it's one of the most recommended TVs for the people that contact us. The SK9000, it's a good TV, but it has an IPS type panel, so the image remains accurate when you view it at an angle, which is good for those with wide seating. But in the dark, the blacks do appear gray. And I think the SK9000, it has local dimming, but it doesn't really work to overcome the limitations of that low native contrast ratio. So if you watch in the dark, then the 900F is a better choice.
Question from David Madsen, which I think you covered, and I lost it. I think it was Q6 versus NU8000, looking at 75-inch. Yeah.
Yeah, so again, between these two, they're almost the same TV. 95% of the performance is the same. The Q6FN is slightly better as it has a slightly wider color gamut, but most people are better off saving the money.
Question from Frank Landrio, B8 or the C6P?
B8 or C6. So they're both OLED TVs, so they offer excellent darkroom performance with perfect blacks. Between the two of them, so the C8 had a few improvements in, it had the option to flicker the backlight to clear up motion blur. And it's also a newer TV by about 2 years, so if you care about like new firmware updates and these kinds of things, you might be better off going with the C8. But if it's a really good deal, then the 6 series is still a great TV.
C Sniffer, TCL 6 series or Vizio P series. P series is $50 more, 55-inch.
Yeah, so at the moment, actually, the P series is probably the better buy for about the same price. It doesn't have the Roku smart platform of the TCL, which many people find Vizio Smartcast a bit harder to use. It can be a bit unintuitive because you actually have to use your phone if you want to cast most things to it. But for almost the same price of the TCL, it offers better picture quality.
So we have two similar questions. Ricardo Bruno and the Mate 01 are asking if there's a deal on Q8FN or Q9FN.
I'll have a look at the deals page at the moment. I'm not sure. Usually the most expensive models, they don't have as good deals as more of mass market models, I guess. But I'm not seeing any deals here on the Q8 or Q9. They might drop in price, but we don't know.
Cold Summer is looking for a TV to watch movies. They want to spend $500. Can you recommend something?
So $500, let's see. With that budget, the TCL 4 series might be a good pick. I'm not sure exactly what size is available though. So the TCL 4 series, yeah, the 55-inch TCL 4 series, it's a great TV. Well, it doesn't offer more advanced features like local dimming, but for the price, it offers great performance. But yeah, it's not as good as like the TCL 6 series or the Vizio P series, but it's still a good budget TV.
A question from RB to Fani, I think. Is the TCL coming to Canada?
Yeah, so I think actually I don't remember exactly what models, but they're selling them, I think, on both Best Buy and Amazon Canada. There might be limited stock though. I think there's the 4 series and the 6 series available at some point.
We have a question from Lithuania, Dov Tiutis. They say that the 55-inch LG C8 costs 1,400 euros without any deals, and they think it would be $1,300 on Black Friday. Do you think it's the best TV for PS4 Pro?
So it's really hard for us to know how the prices compare because we're not really familiar with the European market.
So it seems to be like a $300 off on Black Friday.
Definitely, it's a great TV, especially if you watch in the dark or at an angle. It can produce perfectly deep blacks, and the image also remains accurate if you view it from the side. It also has low input lag, which is great for gaming, and has the option to flicker the screen to clear up any persistence blur. However, there is a risk of burn-in, so if you watch a game with like a static heads-up display, then that might be a consideration that you might want to go with an LCD TV instead. Yeah.
Another question from RB2 Fani, if I'm saying it correctly. Is Samsung NU7100 good to buy for a 65-inch TV? Yeah,
so it's a good TV. Yeah, it's got a VA type panel. It doesn't have as many features as like the Samsung NU8000, the 8 series. So it's a fairly basic TV, most comparable to like the maybe the Vizio E series or the TCL 4 series. So if you want to go with a Samsung, then it's a good choice, but usually depending on the price, there might be better offerings from other brands if you don't mind going with a less reputable brand.
We have a question from Young Dagger. It says, hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Good?
Good.
Okay,
that's good.
So next question. Gary Cooper, LG 49-inch SK8500 on sale for €779 with a 5-year warranty. Is that a good deal?
It's really hard to say because we're really not familiar with the European market. Yeah.
Mahmoud Mohammed, for 650 or 750 USD, what's the best 55-inch TV? Is it the Vizio P?
Yeah, so at the moment, probably the Vizio P series is the best for most people. Yeah, it's a great price for it. It offers a HDMI 5 port, which has lower input lag than the other ports. It supports HDR, it can produce fairly bright highlights, and it has good local dimming. So.
Taha is asking for a 4K TV that's good for gaming and has great picture quality at 55-inch. Is the Q6FN at $1,000 a good deal?
So the Q6FN for gaming, it is a very good TV. It offers a few neat features. So it's got low input lag with interpolation, which people that care about smooth gameplay on like 30 FPS games, that can be something that's worth considering. And it also supports FreeSync variable refresh rate. So if you game from a PC or from a new Xbox, However, the NU8000 is usually a bit cheaper, and it offers 95% of the performance. So if you'd prefer to save the money, and for most people we recommend too, then the NU8000 is a better pick.
Bird is asking, Vizio Quantum 65-inch for 1500 or the Sony X900F 65-inch for 1600. I'm using it mostly for movies.
Yeah, so for movies, the Vizio Quantum, it has better picture quality if you can find it. The problem with it is it's hard to find. It was on sale at Costco, but I believe it's been sold out for a few days now. At Best Buy as well, it's sold out. So if you can find it, it's a great TV. It has many more zones and better local dimming than the 900F and better picture quality. It can get brighter for HDR.
XXBCXX, Samsung Q6FN at 1000 or LG C8 at 1600, both 55-inch. Is the LG worth the extra money?
It really depends what you care about. The differences with the LG OLED will be noticeable if you're in a dark room because of the ability of the TV to produce perfectly deep blacks. And also the image remains accurate at an angle. So if you've got wide seating, it might be a better choice. Yeah, if you don't care about these though, then it really depends. Yeah, there are differences between the technologies, so there are trade-offs with each.
I think these may be a repeat. Michael is asking, Vizio 65P series or Samsung 65-inch NU8000, primarily for PS4?
Yeah, so for the PS4, the input lag of both TVs is great. The Vizio has better picture quality for a dark room because of the local dimming. The Samsung, though, it supports low input lag interpolation. So if you, for example, play 30 FPS games and you prefer a smoother image, then that might be a reason to go with the Samsung. But if you care about picture quality, then the Vizio is a better choice.
Mary Jenkins is asking, for primarily watching movies, do you recommend the 65-inch NU8000 or the 70-inch D-series for $798? So I guess same price for both, I guess? I don't know.
For the 65-inch or the 75-inch?
NU8000 and the 65-inch for NU8000 and 70-inch for the D-series.
Okay, yeah. So for watching movies, let's see, I'll bring them up on the compare tool on the website and we can see what the differences are. So we can change the usage here to movies to see, for this use case, how they compare. So the NU8000, so the NU8000, it has local dimming, but it doesn't work very well to improve the dark scene performance. And it also supports motion interpolation, which could be useful if you're a fan of the soap opera effect or having like a very smooth image. Overall, though, if we reduce the threshold to see some more of these differences, the gray uniformity of the NU8000 is a bit better. This helps if you watch like long panning shots in movies. You might notice that. And the black uniformity is also a bit better. So overall, the NU8000 is a better TV, but it might depend on your usage, whether that extra 5 inches is worth it. That, yeah, the difference between them, it will be noticeable.
So I'm about to sneeze, but okay. So we usually, well, I think I'm going to sneeze. You go.
So usually it's been about half an hour, so we would be ending the stream now, but because we're getting a high volume of questions, we'll keep it going for another 10 or 15 minutes. So,
okay.
So let us know, like, yeah, if you find any deals that we don't have on the deals page or that we haven't mentioned yet, then let us know, because we're always trying to keep that up to date. And yeah, feel free to ask us in the chat if you're considering buying like between a few. Doesn't have to be TVs, it can be headphones or monitors as well.
Someone asked you a question about phones, but...
No, unfortunately, we don't cover phones yet, so...
Okay, so Kirill is asking, he wants to upgrade from his Plasma on Black Friday. The budget is under $3,000 USD, and is considering the 65-inch C8 900F 75-inch and 65-inch Z9D. What do you say?
Yeah, so coming from a plasma, you will notice differences when you change to both an LCD or to...
Sorry, and it seems to be mostly for sports streaming and some gaming.
Okay. So coming from a plasma, you will notice differences on any LCD TV or any OLED TV. The motion on plasmas is different, so some people might prefer the motion of plasmas, some might prefer it of LCDs or OLEDs, so that's a consideration. If you can, try to watch something on the TV before you buy it, or buy from a retailer with a good return policy so that you can try it out. Because yeah, it's not necessarily that one is better or worse, but there are differences. The OLED TV, so it's most similar in performance to a plasma, at least compared to an LCD, but it has a few advantages. One is that it can get much brighter. So if when you're watching sports, you're in a bright room, then that might be a consideration. And also, compared to most LCD TVs with V8 panels, OLEDs actually remain accurate when you view them at an angle. So if you've got wide seating, then it might be better off going with an OLED TV.
So James Molina is saying, here at my country, the TCL series are just the ones. Well, the model is talking about is the S62i? Or
Yeah,
L?
so...
Okay. Is that a good TV?
Well, so we only
know?
buy and test US models because we've got limited resources. And TCL actually, they seem to have different models in almost every country. So we really don't know how it performs, and we don't know of any equivalent to let's say the TCL 6 series in Europe.
Hexter23, if you had $500 to $700 to spend on a TV, mainly for movies and TV, but might get a system for this new TV, like a sound system,
Yeah.
what TV would you get?
So personally, I would go with the 55-inch Vizio P series. It's on sale at the moment for $650, and yeah, it's a great TV. It has full array local dimming to improve the dark scene performance, which is often useful if you watch movies in the dark.
So Davis Matson has a question about the clicking sound of the ANU 8000.
Yeah, so we have had a few reports. We actually managed to recreate it on our NU 8000. And actually, when you turn on the TV, there's like a fairly faint clicking sound. But for those with like really quiet home theater rooms, they've actually noticed it and contacted us. And it also happens when you turn off the TV. So we think that it's due to some type of heat expansion, that when it turns on, it starts to click, and then over time it reaches a steady state that it stops. When you turn it off again and it cools down, it clicks again. We've heard that it seems to be very common among them, but most people don't seem to care about it or don't even notice it, because usually it's pretty quiet. We don't know if it's likely to affect like the long-term performance at all, but
My knee has been clicking recently.
you might notice that more than the TV then.
It's during when the winter, when it's cooling, I think it's heat related also. Yeah. So Nick Neo, I'm going for a 75-inch TV. What's the better one, Sony 940E or the Q6FN? 70% for movies use and 30% gaming.
So the 940E or the Q6FN?
Yeah,
for
Q8.
Oh, sorry, Q8FN.
Yeah, so 940E versus Q8FN for mostly movies, a little bit of gaming.
Okay, so the 75-inch models. So the 940E that we tested, we found that the response time was actually longer than most other TVs, which meant that, for example, if you're using it as a PC monitor and you scroll text on the page, you would notice actually duplications following things, and they extended for quite far. So that might be a consideration for gaming, that the Q8FN has a faster response time. And the Q8FN also has some neat gaming features. So it supports low input lag interpolation and also FreeSync variable refresh rates if you're playing on a new Xbox or on a PC with an AMD graphics card. Overall though, the picture quality of the 940E, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a bit better because it might have, it has better local dimming, that's for sure. So if you watch in the dark, then that might be a consideration.
Cameron Johnson is saying that the Vizio P Series 65-inch is at $899 on Best Buy right now. Do you think the price will go lower, or should you just buy it now?
So that is a great price. It's really hard for us to know if it's going to drop any lower. Usually for the Vizios, it won't. They tend to have smaller price variation throughout the year compared to like a Sony or a Samsung TV. So it's really hard to know, but that's definitely a great price for the 65-inch model.
Bipin Gupta, Sony 900F versus the Samsung Q7FN for a 75-inch TV. Usage is mostly movies, sports, gaming in that order. Installed in bright room.
Okay, so for a bright room, the 900F has full array local dimming, which helps in the dark rooms to produce deeper dark scenes. But in a bright room, actually, the Q7FN has better reflection handling. So if you've got many lights or some glare or something, then that can make a difference. And it also gets brighter. So overall, if your room doesn't get dark, then the Q7FN might be a slightly better choice. And especially if you want to take advantage of, I think you mentioned gaming as one of those usages.
Yeah.
If you want to take advantage of the gaming features on the Q7FN, then it has the low input lag interpolation and also the FreeSync variable refresh rate if you've got a new Xbox or AMD PC.
Kieski, I think, is asking what is the best gaming TV under 1,000?
Okay, so just quickly, just letting you know, in 10 minutes we'll be ending the live stream. So make sure you let us know any deals, ask us any questions and things for the next 10 minutes. We'll be answering them. And sorry, could you repeat the question?
Best gaming TV under 1,000.
Best gaming TV under 1,000. So that's hard to say. There's a trade-off between size and picture quality. So the NU8000 at the moment is about $1,000 for the 65-inch model. And that's a great gaming TV. It offers FreeSync variable refresh rates and low input lag interpolation. Yeah, otherwise for $1,000, let's see, there's also the Vizio P Series 65-inch for $900, which has better picture quality in a dark room because of the full array local dimming. But yeah, it depends between the two of these which you care about more, if it's the darkroom picture quality or these gaming features of the NU8000.
We have a monitor question from Stu. What 4K HDR monitor would you recommend for consoles?
So it's hard to say off the top of my head. I think we have an article on it, so I'll bring that up now. Let's see, best by. So this is gaming, but not for consoles. So let's bring up. So here we have best gaming monitors for the PS4. So some of the top picks. So the LG 27 UK 650. Yeah, that's a great monitor. It's 4K and it supports FreeSync. For the PS4, that's not that useful, but because the PS4 can't take advantage of FreeSync. But yeah, it supports HDR. It might be on special at the moment. I'm not sure because I know it has been a bit more popular recently. If we go to Amazon. Yeah, so it's $73 off. So yeah, at the moment, so that's our best pick at the moment.
So C8 or B8 and why?
So between the two of them, the performance is almost identical. They have different processors. So the C8 has a newer, I think they call it the Alpha 9 processor. And if you put the two TVs side by side, you can notice that the C8 is a bit faster to go through menus and things. But the B8 is already very fast, so this difference is only marginal. Overall, though, they're both OLED TVs. They both have excellent picture quality. So really, yeah, most people should just go with whichever's cheaper.
That ain't Falco 93. How is gaming on the P Series Quantum?
Yeah, so it has, let's see, I'm gonna open up the review of it. So it scores very well for video games. I think it's one of the, if not the best TVs we've tested. Let's see, 9.1, yeah. So it's the highest scoring video game TV we've tested. Yeah, it has a dedicated HDMI 5 port with very low input lag. I think it's around 15 milliseconds or so. You can't use that port for HDR though. Yeah, it has very fast response time. Motion handling is excellent. It doesn't support some of the gaming features that Samsung TVs have, but otherwise, I mean, it's an excellent TV.
So Pacific North Whoop. I'm looking for a 55-inch TV, very bright room with window directly on the TV. 40% gaming and 40% 1080p input and 20% 4K HDR. Vizio 55-inch P series at $649, or the TCL C series at $599, or the LG SK9000 and $749.
So between those, so because you're in a bright room, you probably don't care about the deeper blacks of the Vizio or the TCL. I'll have a look to compare them to see which one is better at handling reflections. So it was the SK9000, was it?
Yep.
And
the TCL 6 and the Vizio P59, 55-inch.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring up so first up, the brightness. Yeah, so the SK9000 does seem to be a little bit brighter. And it also has better reflection handling. And compared to the 6 series. Okay, the 6 series does get brighter, but it has worse reflection handling. So probably your choice would be between the TCL 6 series and the SK9000, simply because the 6 series gets brighter to overcome glare, but the SK9000 has better reflection handling. Yeah.
So Dawa Lama, I think, saying that I can't afford the Q8 FN. Is Q6 FN worth the money? I want the Q8 for the full array and better local dimming.
Yeah, so the Q8 FN is better. As you mentioned, it has the full array local dimming, which definitely helps to improve the dark scene performance. For your case, though, you might want to consider the NU8000 simply because it offers almost the same performance as the Q6 FN, but at a lower price. The differences between them are marginal. The Q6 FN has a slightly wider color gamut, but overall, they're almost the same TVs.
So
and just a reminder, in 5 minutes or so, we'll be finishing. So make sure if you've got any more questions, then leave them in the chat below. And also check out the Black Friday deals page if you're looking to find out what the latest deals are, because we'll be continuing to maintain this.
I'm trying to find a question that hasn't been asked.
Maybe should we do a quick summary of the deals that are on at the moment?
Sure.
Yeah, so at the moment for TVs, I think you can see my screen here. So the X900F is on sale. It's dropped by a few $100s. It's a great TV, especially if you're watch movies in a dark room, because it has the full array local dimming. The Samsung NU8000 is also, it's actually really cheap compared to the MU8000 of last year, especially if you're looking in those larger sizes. It offers great value. It doesn't have as good dark scene performance as the X900F, but, it has a few neat gaming features. So it has like the FreeSync variable refresh rates and low input lag with interpolation. Other deals, so the LG OLEDs are on sale. There's not that much off their price at the moment, but still, if you're after an OLED TV, then they are the cheapest ones you can get at the moment. Also the Vizio Quantum, that's an excellent TV, but it's really hard to find. It's sold out at Best Buy and it's sold out at Costco at the moment. If you can find it at $1,500, it's a great price. The Vizio P Series 2018 also is very cheap. So at $650, it's about the same price as the TCL 6 series, but it's a slightly more premium offering. So it has better local dimming to improve the dark scene performance.
Question. Chris W is asking Samsung Q6 or the Sony X900F?
Okay, I think this will have to be our last question. So between the Q6 and the X900F, the X900F has better picture quality, especially if you're in a dark room. It has full array local dimming that helps to improve the dark scene performance. The Q6 though has a few neat gaming features. It has the low input lag interpolation, so if you play like 30 FPS games, it'll smooth out the image without adding input lag really. And it also has FreeSync variable refresh rate support. So if you game from an AMD graphics card or from a new Xbox, then you might like that to prevent screen tearing.
Headphones deals? Yeah, I couldn't read the handwriting. So quickly, headphones deals. There is the AKG 702, $170 off. It's a pretty good deal, but with the same price at $174.75, you can get the DT990 by Beyerdynamic, which is an open back headphone, critical listening, doesn't have a microphone. I would go with the Beyerdynamic, even though the AKG has a big drop in price. The QC35-2 seems to be gone. There is for gaming, there's a G933. Scroll up, please. There is a Bose SoundSport Free at $170, $30 off. That's a pretty good headphone. What else? Yeah, the QC35-2 is gone, but if you find that, that's a pretty good deal.
It was what, 300 was it?
Yeah. And also I heard that the Sony XM2, 1000X XM2 was, had a price drop on Best Buy. That's also a good deal if you can find it. And we're gonna have also another live stream on Thursday, same time. Yep. So if we didn't answer your questions, you can come back, ask the question again, and then hopefully we'll answer it.
Yep. And in the meantime, if you are looking for the latest deals, check out the deals page on the website. We've got headphones, monitors, TVs. We'll be continuing to maintain this through to Cyber Monday. So, cool. Thanks for watching.
See you guys later.
If your questions didn't get answered, there were quite a few of them.
Yeah.
See you next time.